What's going on, everyone? It's your favorite racing, fighting, and role-playing game Jackal Gotcha here, and welcome back to another The Crew month retrospective. And today, I'm doing episode 2 of said retrospective, and for the most part, it's literally just me doing an overview of what you guys will be think of as honestly the last month that you'll ever actually play The Crew uh, in its all entirety. So do as much as possible before the game truly shuts down. So without any further ado, um, here's what to expect for this video. I'm actually going to tell you guys about the ending of said game. Then I'm actually going to tell you guys about the other three would-be newer newer specs. And basically, I already know how to get to detail with these three for the most part. Um, and this is from the wild run update. So I'll do cloud units tomorrow, as well as a video for the crew 2. So basically, tomorrow I will not be live streaming. I'll be doing the videos for the most part. So without any further ado, um, I guess I might as well just tell you guys to subscribe. Do we also to make sure to be notified, hit the notification bell to be notified of all new stuff on the channel. That includes the live streams and the videos. So there's that in some way, shape, or form. Also respect the videos like they were live streams, and be sure to get everyone to actually watch the videos because it'll help out pretty much help me out for the most part. But then again, so this is what to expect. I'm actually gonna do all three, and I mean legit all three specs for these vehicles. So without further ado, let's head to the crew and tell you guys about these vehicles and basically how they came to be. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, first off, we have the drift spec. Drift specs are usually the more like the normal of the two. The reason being is because out of all the specs in this game, the drift spec is maybe harder to drive, but it's probably the most fun spec to actually drive around it, especially since the majority of the vehicles that are in the crew are rear-wheel drive. But there are also some really interesting drift cars in a specific region. For example, you have stuff like the RD4, which will legit make sense, as well as 370Zs and the RX-7s. And then you have some odd ones like the Koenigsegg Agera, as well as the Ferrari 458, and even stuff like the 12C and even a Lamborghini Aventador. And you will probably question that is they actually didn't bother adding drift trucks to the game, and I was actually hoping for that, but I guess not. Um, so anyways, so in terms of these vehicles, they usually um like to go slidey for the most part, which is usually and it is actually one of the three extreme spec vehicles other than the full-on standards. So if I was wondering, this is literally like the perf spec of the three, because it's quite obvious the fact that a lot of people will literally would pay a lot more if in fact the actual thing is actually truly existed for the most part. But with that out of the way, and without any further ado, let's on the other spec. Up next, we have the monster truck spec. Now, the monster trucks are not your standard running over vehicles and just crushing them entirely. Nah, it's not those. These are known as stunt, and I mean there are stunt monster trucks, which means that for the most part, you're literally driving around and doing flips, wheelies, stoppies, and even doing full-on donuts on in a vehicle like this. And some of the vehicles actually make sense. You got the F-150 Raptor, the H1 Alpha, and even the Dodge Ram T10 as a monster truck. But then you got the one of the weirder picks, like the Challenger, the the Challenger, the Camaro, the Mustang, as well as an odd one in the form of the Hub. Uh, the Hub the Hub One Hot Rod. That's basically what it is. And heck, even the next few games, we actually end up gaining more of our fair share of monster trucks added. Like we got the DeLorean, we got the Volkswagen Bus, we got even had the freaking heck, we even had the freaking um I'm forgetting something. um what's that called? Oh, even the Grand Cherokee as a full-on monster truck. But then again, as well as the 370Z. I'll keep on forgetting about that. And yeah, it's actually one of the more quirky specs in the extreme section, and not to mention the monster trucks themselves are really cool, to be completely honest. Um, but yeah, that actually is one of those moments where there is one thing that most people would do is literally just grab a monster truck and just do a bunch of stunts with them. And this is basically the third slash race spec of the extreme sections. Now it's time for the one that I deem to be the circus spec of the three. That's right, I am talking drag specs. Now for those who are wondering, drag specs are it's pretty self-explanatory. They're drag cars. You know, the same vehicles that go over 200 miles an hour with over 1,000 horsepower, and even going as far as to actually have more horsepower than your average tank. And for the most part, these cars are not good for steering, as well as daily driving, but that's besides the point. The vehicles themselves are pretty self-explanatory in the way they actually, in the way they actually drive around. So yeah, there's that for the most part. The vehicles that usually we'll see include the SRT Viper, the uh, Roof RT35, the Nissan Skyline, the 370Z, Ford Mustang, Chevrolet Camaro, and even a Dodge Challenger for that matter. And there are other vehicles that I do wish to actually have that spec, like for example, many of the trucks, for example, the Dodge Ram or the Chevy Silverado or the F-150 Raptor. But yeah, I usually deem these as the circuit specs of the extreme variety for the most part. So that's about it. So overall, these vehicles are more than likely able to handle themselves, uh, and usually we'll use these in either a community challenge or use them in an event called a summit. Now these summits are basically they're full on weekly, and they usually change every Sunday. And said Sunday, you actually get a brand new vehicle in the form of either a vehicle that you haven't gotten yet, or the vehicles that you actually can actually buy, but at the same time will be a lot more useful in some way, shape, or form. So yeah, that's basically about it. So next time I actually would talk about Colonial units and please stay tuned actually for said video. And with that out of the way, hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Leave a not live stream. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next. Make sure you notification bell to be notified when new stuff coming into the channel. So in terms of what's happening throughout the entire month of March, is basically me doing the crew live streams and then do a video in and around either Friday or Saturday, or even Sunday for that matter. But yeah, basically that's usually how this works. Uh, the way I usually go through it, like yeah, can I speak today? The usual reason why I actually would go for stuff like this is because of I just love video games. That's usually what I usually do. Um, usually like sharing content of about said video games. It's actually one of those therapeutic things I've ever gone through for the entirety of my YouTube career, and it's been full on 7 years since I started. And I didn't even blow up until like I'd say 2020 when I was streaming Gran Turismo Sport left and right, and a lot of people would associate me with Gran Turismo, but I'm actually a gaming channel and not a Gran Turismo-esque type channel. Because the more you see Gran Turismo, you'll see how many views I get versus the rest of the content. Like I'll get hundreds in like Need for Speed, but I get tons in terms of like Gran Turismo Sport or Gran Turismo 7 even. Um, and I don't see, and usually I you're wondering why I never see most people go for the actual absolute reason why I would go for this in the first place. So, without any further ado, this is Godric to sign off, and I will see you guys in the next time. And also next time, I'll be doing the Call Out Units update for the Crew 1, and then lastly, I'll do the Crew 2 video in the coming weeks. So, without further ado, this is Godric to sign off, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.